our veterans for their service to the United States and the support of such events. Thanks to the American Legion. Our first sponsor in game 1 of 3 today. Yes, just 3 games on the slate, no more 4. It's Sheboygan Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC. Sheboygan Chevrolet has kept a firm commitment to their customers, and they offer a wide variety of vehicles and hope to make the car buying process as quick and hassle-free as possible. If you are in the market to purchase a new Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Cadillac, or a used car, they will provide assistance. You can trust Sheboygan Chevrolet will get you in your car or truck with professionalism and attention to your needs. All right. That does it, and also Meijer is a big sponsor here throughout the Legion tournament. Meijer Foods, from the biggest stadiums in the state to familiar fields down the street. Meijer is a proud sponsor of local sports teams across the Midwest. Whenever you shop Meijer, you help support your community, including local sports teams, museums, food pantries, and more. You support the biggest of big games to the littlest of the little, and hundreds of local sports teams across Wisconsin. Miesfeld's also a sponsor here for Legion. We'll have Miesfeld's trivia coming up. 1 or 2 questions here in game 1.
One question for this game,
one
question for the next game. We got a big 2 questions for the winner's bracket.
It's a big game coming up tonight. 7 o'clock, Manitowoc and Sheboygan. I'm Jordan Lorenz, joined by Mike Martin. We'll be here with you all day as we have 3 games coming to you, as you can see across the bottom of your screen. It all starts with Marshfield and De Pere. De Pere, the home team in this game. De Pere 1-1 in play. They beat Fond du Lac 2-1 and then lost to Manitowoc 5-3 in a game they led 3-0. As for Marshfield, they're coming in with a win or a loss over Eau Claire 14-3, but they beat Genoa City in 9 innings yesterday. Keep that in mind. It was a shorter game, though. It was only about just over 2 hours, but they did go 9 innings, so we'll have to see how that fares, and we'll get their starting lineups momentarily.
This is an elimination game, Jordan. The loser of this game is out. The winner moves on. Who they play depends on results from other games today. Our umpires, we have Keith Bondi behind home plate. On the bases, we have Dennis Semp and Larry Holshoe, 4 very experienced umpires. And one more thing.
Brock Bennington to left field. We'll cut you off real quick as that's going to drop in fair territory, and off the fence it goes. 2 bases off Ethan Sousa as Bennington gets the party started with a leadoff double.
Our game time weather report, 74 beautiful degrees here in Sheboygan at game time. Skies are mostly clear, and the wind, as you could tell on that first hit, is blowing out towards center field.
Yes, it is, and I know we've talked about it throughout the tournament, but we couldn't have asked for much better weather. It's not too hot. There's a few clouds in the sky. It's not raining, not overcast. It has been picture-perfect weather as Sousa gets ready to deal to Logan Homolka.
The one thing I noticed in the lineup today is a lot of these kids from Marshfield are playing different positions than they did the first couple games of the tournament. Homolka, one of them, he was at first base the first 2 games.
He'll be at second now here in this next game. And the count is 1-0. Ethan Sousa, the pitcher for De Pere, deals there and finds the strike zone. We'll take a look at the lineup for Marshfield. Riley Bowman will be up next. He's batting third. Nick Urban, the cleanup batter. And then 5, 6, 7 is Timler, Deesh, and Jersley. And then Weisenberger and Lang round off the lineup for Marshfield. We'll get to the defensive lineup for De Pere in a moment. The 1-1 pitch from Sousa. Swing and a miss. Molka falls behind 1-2. After that leadoff double from Brock Bennington, as Marty said, the loser of this game goes home. The winner will figure out after the 7 o'clock game tonight who they play in this double elimination tournament. They're trying not to have the same team play each other twice unless absolutely necessary. So we'll see what happens after game 3 tonight. As that stays out, good eye by Homolka to make the count 2-2.
That first ball that was hit by Bennington out to left field, I thought the left fielder, DeSchmidt, misread it, which he did, but it wouldn't have mattered. That ball was clearly over his head, and like you called, it was hit right off the wall.
And that thing kept carrying. Something we'll watch here today as the count goes full. Homolka doing a great job fighting back.
3 games on Thursday. We got 2 tomorrow and 1 or 2 Saturday.
It's going to be interesting to see how these teams fare as we get deeper into tournament play, what their pitching staffs are like, as that is an Ethan Sousa walk to put runners on first and second. Let's take a look at the lineup for De Pere defensively. Doing the catching for Sousa is Ethan Newens. Patrick Rotherham over at first, Austin Litz at second, and Luke Brosig at third. Rounding out the infield is their shortstop, Bryson Webb, the leadoff man for De Pere. Then the outfield left to right, Wyatt DeSmit, Ethan Hoops, and Garrett Foth. Danger zone to start. Runners on first and second. No one out. And Sousa's first pitch to Riley Bauman. This misses outside. Coming up around 4 o'clock, Middleton and Eau Claire will do battle. Eau Claire lost to Sheboygan 5-4 in last night's game. And then Manitowoc and Sheboygan, both teams 2-0. They're going to round off today's action at 7 o'clock. Should be a real good game.
That win last night was very exciting. Dane Nikolai came in and got the job done in relief of Damero. What was a very entertaining game.
This could be two, and it's, oh man, De Pere defensively with a big error to start, and instead of a runner on third with potentially 2 outs, it's the first error of the ball game, and the bases are loaded with no one out.
There had to be at least 4 opportunities in yesterday's games where there were hard hit balls to the infield, and certainly double play possibilities, and not a double play was turned all day. And here's an example of that right here.
Not sure if it's the nerves or what it is so far, but De Pere struggling, and that is a great stop behind the plate by Ethan Newens. De Pere, one of the top teams coming into this Legion tournament. They came in with 22 wins. The only other team besides Manitowoc to have such a margin was Marshfield. Marshfield came in at 22-13. It's down the third baseline, and that's going to get through. 1 run comes in, a second being waved around. The throw from left field off the line. That's going to get another runner to go over to third. So it's a single that turns into a double, and 2 RBIs at that, as Marshfield now leads 2-0.
Very bad throw by the left fielder. Supposed to throw through the cutoff man. As soon as that ball sailed in high, both runners smartly advanced to second and third. Now Marshfield has 2 runs in, nobody out, and runners on second and third. Not a good play by DeSmit. He should have hit the cutoff man.
Dan Luke's going to come in and have a discussion, as this is a big situation for Marshfield. Up 2-0 already over De Pere, and I think this is a big shock to De Pere and their fan base.
Jordan, if you have your score sheet from that De Pere Fond du Lac game yesterday, yesterday's De Pere game, Manitowoc. Yep. When I look at my score sheet from De Pere on Tuesday, Brosig was playing short. And who do you got at shortstop yesterday?
Short yesterday was Bryson Webb.
Okay, so this is Webb's second game at short. I might have thought it might have been like, he hasn't played shortstop yet in the tournament, but he has.
That is not the scenario. And it was Brosig who did the pitching yesterday, so that explains why Webb got over at short. He remains there today. So as it stands, Bauman at third, Urban at second. And the first pitch comes in down low to Cole Timler.
You hate if you're De Pere to get really far down early in the game like this.
Up towards center field, should be deep enough. We'll keep an eye on the runner at third. He's ready to go. They're sending him in the throw, just going to be cut off. And that will be another run coming in. It's 3-0 off the sacrifice fly from Timler.
Left fielder, number 11, Ben Deach.
3 runs on 2 hits so far for Marshfield to bring up Ben Deach with Nick Urban on second base. Even though you give up a run, De Pere finally able to get that first out, and that's the big key so far, as it has been a struggle for Ethan Sousa. This one hit way up. Going to be right on the foul ground line, and making the last second over-the-head catch at first was Rotherham.
Rotherham had to really reach far behind him and did a good job of keeping his balance and making the catch.
Because if that thing drops, it might have actually bounced fair. You never know. It was right on the white line.
Keep in mind, it's not where the player's feet are. It's where the ball is.
Correct.
And that's what the home plate umpire would have been looking for on that play.
Nick that one back.
You know
foul.
that. You're an umpire.
I was an umpire for a little bit, short stint. Not as experienced as you, though. You're our umpire expert.
35 years. It's a long time of having all kinds of fun.
Not always fun, though, when you're getting yelled
No,
at.
definitely not always. Most of the time it was.
Did it get worse progressively as the years moved on, or was it kind of always the same?
No, I got better.
I know you got better, but the fans yelling. Wild pitch gets
For the
Urban
most
over to
part, that
third.
wasn't too much of an issue. What it was with me at the end was, oh man, I got to go out of the house again tonight to umpire a game. You know, once I got to the game and did it, it was actually a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's
for the
just
most
getting
part. And but it was got to be a drag leaving the house all the time. And then finally, the second last year, I told my wife, I said, "This is it."
there. Yes.
Yeah, you've been complaining about leaving the house for the last 3 years. You're not quitting. All of a sudden, I was done.
Just like that.
Yeah, just like that.
Urban at third base, and a good stop going to keep him there as the count goes to 3-1 with 2 outs in the inning. Pere just needs that one last strike.
Yeah, Newen's doing a good job there, keeping the ball in front of him. 3 runs in already for Marshfield. Great start for them.
That runner at third base, if he scores, it might not seem like the biggest of deals, but we've seen plenty of situations.
Oh.
And there it is. He is going to come in and score. As I was going to say, we've seen plenty of situations where a 5-3 game turns into 6-3, and just that one little run adds up over time, and it is now 4-0 off the RBI from Jersley. The 4 leadoff guys, top 4 part of the order, all come in to score, and we're at the 8 hitter in Cale Weisenberger.
That error was costly because of those of the 4 runs, only 2 are earned.
This one also down the third base line. Good stop. Going to throw to second, and just there in time to make the play. Tough decision by Luke Brosig. He decides to go to third, gets the out, but it is a uphill battle, I should say, for Pere as they trail 4-0 coming up to bat. It's a 4-0 lead for Marshfield, who batted 1 through 8. Bennett Lang is the only Marshfield player not to bat in their lineup. Marshfield is going to be throwing Nick Urban on the mound. Let's check out the lineup for Pere as they need a few runs to at least get themselves back in this game. Bryson Webb going to lead them off, followed by Austin Litz and Garrett Foth in this first inning. Those are the minimum. 4, 5, 6 is Ethan Newens, Luke Brosig, and Lucas Bartlett. And then the 7, 8, 9, Wyatt DeSmit, Ethan Hoops, and Patrick Rotherham. As for Marshfield defensively, what are we looking at? We're going to see Cole Timler assume the catching position. I believe he's been there every single game, actually. Carson Jersley over at first, Luke Kamolka at second, Cale Weisenberger at third. Lang rounds out the shortstop, Bennett Lang that is, and then outfield left to right, Ben Deesh. In center is Riley Bowman, and Brock Bennington out in right.
Timler has been the catcher in both games.
It's a lot.
Sticking back there. Coach obviously has a lot of trust in him.
I'm sure he's done it before. I'm sure on the road here he probably caught in all 3 of them, for all we know.
We could call this elimination Thursday. 2 teams will be eliminated from the field, and that'll narrow the 8-team field down to 4.
It's getting interesting here in the final few days of competition. Fond du Lac, Genoa City, both out already. And the winner of the Manitowoc and Sheboygan game tonight is going to be in prime position to win it all. So correct me if I'm wrong, but no matter who wins tonight, they're guaranteed a game Saturday, I believe.
I believe that's correct.
Yes, that would make sense. And you got to lose twice, so if you can be 3-0 to start, you are in a heck of a position.
Ryan Som was up here while you were gone, Jordan, and we were talking about the pairings and getting that in a timely fashion. We ended the conversation by saying it's clear as mud.
We're getting to the part where it's a little more confusing as Webb gets on with an infield single.
It's not your traditional double elimination tournament format.
It's going to be Austin Litz coming up to bat. Good start for Webb with that single.
Litz in the Tuesday game was hitting in the leadoff spot, playing second base. Moves down to number 2 today.
Good stop behind the plate by Timler. It's a 1-0 count to start. We're going to see Nick Urban and what he's able to throw for this Marshfield squad, I should say. I can tell you Nick Urban, he threw 96 pitches back on the 22nd. So that means he was ineligible, and on the 27th he could have came back in. They elected not to use him yesterday. Urban coming out here today. In the dirt, makes it 2-0. Webb with a pretty big lead at first base. We'll keep an eye on him. Stolen bases were quite a big story of yesterday in 2 games. I was stealing third, though, not second.
Urban is a fine center fielder for Marshfield and made some nice throws from the outfield over the course of the tournament. I don't remember him being a left-hander, though.
Well, now you know.
Yeah, he was too far away.
2-1. Garrett Foth on deck. And the next pitch, back off the umpire's mask. That's Keith Bondy, isn't it?
Yeah, Keith Bondy
Oof.
back there, and we saw him at that A's game take one off the mask. He was out from that point on. Looks to be doing a little better today, however. We were talking in the parking lot on Tuesday, and Dennis was chiding Keith. He said, "You got to get that bucket helmet."
That would work.
That's, if you look at the catcher, if you saw him put his mask on, that's the bucket helmet.
Wraps
Keith
all
is
the way
wearing the
around.
traditional face mask type of protection.
Missed way down low. Makes the count full. 4 runs on 3 hits in the first inning for Marshfield. Big Pere error helped that. Swing and a miss. That's a big-time strikeout as Litz goes down to bring up Garrett Foth.
Right fielder, number 1, Garrett Wolf.
Newen's on deck. He'll come to bat as long as there's no double play scenario, which would completely derail this first inning for Pere.
If you look at the front foot of the pitcher when he throws over to first, the rule is you have to step to the base, and he's stepping to the base, just not a great deal, and it's what he's trying to do is fool the runner.
Now they're going to throw back down to first. A good throw on the line would have got him for sure, but had to reach across his body and get it. Was Marshfield first baseman Jersley. We had a 22-pitch first inning for Ethan Sousa. So that one just missed. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 runner on. Number 1 at the plate first inning. Missed that one way in. Also would have been a good pitch to steal on. See some signs coming from third base coach Pere. Keep an eye on that runner over at first.
Beautiful day at the old ballpark. Nice and sunny. There's a nice breeze keeping things from getting too hot.
Sometimes the outfielders don't like it when it's nice and sunny.
Makes it harder sometimes to track the ball, that's for sure. Got a nice group of people off to our right in the first base general admission seats. They are directly in the sun, working on that tan.
I don't know why you do that to yourself.
Working on the tan.
Guess. Swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts. Throw down to first. Oh, not in time.
There, if the throw would have been on the bag, you'd have definitely got the runner.
It's 2 chances they had to do so when Cole Timler 0 for 2 in converting. You got to lead him back to the bag where you know the runner's going to be. With Timler, he's throwing it a little past out the first baseline, which makes Jersley have to spin around. Marshfield put up a 4-piece in the top half to Pere with a leadoff single. There's an infield single at that, and then strikeout, strikeout. Nguyen's going to look to change it. Throw to second. Good throw this time, and not in time. Stolen base for Bryson Webb.
Webb showing the good wheels, beating the throw down. He had to figure he was going to steal him, get him in position, scoring position for Nguyen's the number 4 hitter.
I guess they were just waiting for 2 outs to steal because we know he's got the speed. It just took a while to finally convert. The 1-1 pitch. Good breaking pitch, but it stayed up. Urban comes set on the 2-1. Make it back foul. It'll even up. He's going to try and strike out the side.
The Tuesday set of games of 4 and yesterday's set of 4 games. It was a long day for everybody in the press box. Scott Witter and I had a chance to play some tennis this morning. I'll tell you, it was great to be outside running around after all this time up in the press box. Not that I don't like all you guys, I do, or having a great time, but getting a little stir crazy up here for me anyway. It's nice to get outside.
Nicked it, but wasn't able to keep it in the glove was Timler. I think he's just sick of us, Bill. He'll spend more time with Scott, but... True. They're not that far apart. Fouled it off, keeps it 2-2. I'd have drove half an hour.
In. Scott had the pleasure of playing against 2 left-handers. And he got to play with a left-hander. What did you say, an odd morning?
We're all lefties up here.
It's just like tennis, Scott. All lefties up here.
You're like CJ now. He was always the odd one out because he's not a lefty.
We're missing our tech guru.
2-2 count goes way up.
As long as we're shooting the breeze up here, our field announcer is Bill Wagner down on the other end. In the middle is Scott Witter running the scoreboard and playing the music. And I'm Mike Martin along with Jordan Lorenz. We're the live stream announcers. Chris Wright will be back on Saturday. And I did mention C.J. Skelton not in the house today. Our tech guru, he may be in the house later in the day.
I don't think so.
Okay, I didn't hear that from him yesterday.
Texted me this morning. I'm pretty sure he's not coming.
All right.
Full count. This is a battle at the plate. Swing and a miss. Winning the battle is pitcher Nick Urban. After giving up a leadoff single, strikes out Litz, Foth, and Nguyen to head to the second inning. It's a 4-0 ball game as Pere gives up an early opportunity. Couldn't do much after a leadoff single. 25 pitches, though, from Nick Urban, which is huge. He only faced 4 batters, as you said, Marty. He threw 25 pitches. Meanwhile, on the other side, Ethan Sousa faced 8 batters, only threw 22. Lang, the only Marshfield player not to bat yet.
Bennett Lang in the tournament is 1 for 7.
Has he been in the 9-hole the whole time?
Yes.
All right. He jumps ahead 1-0 in the next pitch. Sousa leaves it in the dirt. Good eye to get that pitch going up. Now at 24. This will be a 25th to even up the 2 pitchers. All comes down to pitching depth in a tournament like this. If you use up your 3 aces in the first 3 days and you have no one left, if you even get to Saturday, what kind of ball game is it then?
I was thinking about that, Jordan, because as we move through the tournament, you're not seeing the best of the best in terms of the pitching. But you know what? The hitters all stay the same.
Yeah, exactly. And
so you should have more scoring, you'd think, later in the tournament.
I was going to say, the hitters should only be getting better the more they see, unless they're tired and it's the opposite. I mean, I guess it could be either situation. Never know.
Bennington hit that hard double to left first time up.
Quite a way to start the game. Is the wind now on your screen you can see blowing out to right. The 1 pitch. Seems like Sousa's got a good breaking pitch, but he just hasn't been locating it well. It's got a lot of movement. Goes heater, and it should be simple. Barely making a move out there in right field, and then charging in a few steps. It's Garrett Foth to make the catch.
Second baseman number 44, Logan Amolka.
Mokla's got the only walk so far today.
Let's keep that going. We don't like walks. Bill is particularly adverse to a lot of walks in a ball game. He doesn't mind the hit by pitches as long as it's early in the count.
There you go. There's a hit out towards short, moving back on it, and making the catch. A 1-2-3. Top half of the second. Ethan Sousa gets out of it, gives up 4 in the first, goes 1-2-3 in the second as we head to the bottom. Bottom half of inning number 2 is Pere, who has 1 hit in the game, is going to look for a few more. They got Luke Brosig, Lucas Bartlett, and Wyatt DeSmit to try and do that.
Bauman, that right fielder, he played right field earlier in the tournament for Marshfield. He's out in center. What I remember about him in terms of outfield play is he really has a strong arm. They had him in right, like I said, the first couple games. He's in center today.
So 1-1 count. And the next pitch is just missing to make it 2-1. Prosing lays off, and it pays off. Quick to even it up at 2-2. That was a 9-pitch top half of the second inning, by the way. Basically 3 pitches a batter. Swing and a miss. Drop third strike. He'll tag him immediately, and that is 4 consecutive Ks.
Sousa with that 9-pitch second inning, Jordan, is on pace to have enough pitches left over to go the whole game.
Certainly an improvement from a 22-pitch first inning. That'll only get you 4 or 5. Bartel takes strike 1. He's their designated hitter for Pere. Where's the number 7? Bats in the 6th spot. And a breaking pitch. Missed. This one was a big swing and a miss. Went breaking and then fastball, and late on it was Bartlett.
I know I talked in a game earlier, I think it was maybe a Tuesday game, where the pitcher was able to locate his fastball, but he couldn't get his curveball in. And what was happening is the hitters were sitting on the fastball and hitting it. Well, with Urban, when he's getting both of those pitches in, it makes it really tough if you're a hitter.
This one going to be poked through, not quite through the infield though. The throw from shortstop is there in time. That's a great job by Bennett Lang to not give up on the play, fight to go get it, and 5 consecutive Pere players have gone down.
Speaking of shortstop play, I wasn't on the call, but I was watching up here while you and Chris were working. Was it Brock Peterson that made that play at short? I thought that was the defensive play of the tournament.
I agree.
Was outstanding.
As MLB-like.
Yeah, playing shortstop for Manitowoc. Even Scott was impressed. Yeah, amazing play for a high school player.
Yep, and then he jumped and leaped around.
That's right, he did jump and throw.
Oh, yeah. Looked like me back in the day. I never played short. Got that one up to make it 3-0. I did a lot of catching. Some first. First base is easy as long as you can catch. Oh, yeah. 3-1 now, and also going to go to Lang, and he gets it off a hop. Good little throw. And that is a 3 up, 3 down here. Yeah, I guess 6 up in the whole inning if we want to put it that way as we head to the third. Still 4-0. was a 15-pitch bottom half of the second, a little more than we expected. Our 1 o'clock game sponsored by Sheboygan Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC.
Sheboygan Chevrolet has kept a firm commitment to their customers. They offer a wide variety of vehicles and hope to make the car buying process as quick and hassle-free as possible. If you are in the market to purchase a new Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Cadillac, or a used car, they will provide assistance. You can trust Sheboygan Chevrolet will get you in the car or truck with professionalism and attention to your needs.
Hey, that was pretty good.
Well, I made the changes. I shouldn't say I made them. Bill and I went over it, and
I came up
tried
to
to
a
shorten
half
it up
modified
a little bit.
script, yeah. Flips Insurance and Century 21, the sponsors of our other 2 games today.
Flipsy, that is. But
Flipsy.
anyway, let's talk about yesterday's announcements. You had a 3-liner in your game. I had a half-liner in my game. And this Chevrolet is a 5-liner.
I think it's the longest one. That and the Meyer one.
Yeah, the Meyer one is quite lengthy, too.
A 4-pitch walk to start as Riley Bowman gets on.
Pitcher number 10, Nick Urban.
Urban had the big 2 RBIs in the first. Audi Telez with a 6 RBI day yesterday. Maybe Nick Urban going to try and aim for that. Be his own run support.
Did you mention Urban had that big 2 RBI single in the first? Got the scoring started for Marshfield.
All thanks to that E6, which got Riley Bowman on base.
That was huge.
Got way out ahead of it, and somehow that stays fair, pushing the runners around and going towards third and getting held up. That is a double that somehow got past first baseman Patrick Rotherham and stayed fair.
That was a good piece of hitting it right down the line like that. And third base coach made the right decision, keep that runner on third. You got runners on second and third, nobody out. You don't want to take any chances.
Timler had that sacrifice fly. He's in play to get another one. Sac fly was the second to last of the runs, I should say. Jersley also had a ribby later.
Nunes with the good stop, and Pere being down 4-0 already is forced to bring their infield in, trying to cut off any more runs from scoring.
And the pitch count sheet we have as this one is hit up, and it's going to be out past the infield, making a last-second grab is second baseman Austin Litz. I was going to say to Pere on the pitch count tracker we got, they have 4 guys listed, Sousa not one of them, so not sure how often he does throw, but he hasn't thrown to this point so far as they get a big first out here in the third.
Deach hit that pop-up on the infield in the first inning for the second out.
Look at how shallow the infield is playing. Once they reassume their positions, you'll be able to see it home.
Another RBI opportunity for Ben.
Could get 1, could get 2. This is down the third base line, going to keep that runner in play at third. That's why you play up. A little bit of a high throw, but it gets there nonetheless from Brosig.
Yeah, Brosik made a nice play. Looked the runner back before he made the throw across. That's the way you do it.
Marshfield, I know they're already up 4-0, but if you could put 2 more, it makes this a whole lot more difficult. Even though we saw Middleton come back, they were down 8-2. They ended up winning 10-9 yesterday. So no deficit seems to be too much in the Legion tournament.
No, we've had a lot of exciting games through the course of this being the third day.
Eau Claire and Marshfield was the only real lopsided one at 14-3. This one, can he get it off the hop? He's able to get it in his hand, but not able to make the adjustment. A run comes in to make it 5-0. Error.
E6. That's a big one. Now Marshfield has 5 runs on the board.
The second E6 going against Bryson Webb. Very unfortunate as that one makes it 5-0. Inning continues with runners on the corners and 2 outs, and strike one comes in.
We did a little bit of talking the other day about Weissenberger.
Yeah.
Weissenberger,
Yes.
He got in the game, and I said, I think he's got the longest name of any player in the tournament. And I researched it. I went through the book the other night. Weissenberger's last name is 12 letters long.
Mm-hmm.
Tyson Allen / Woodcock of Eau Claire has 13 letters, but he is not going to be deemed the winner. It goes to Weissenberg because it's one name. So he's got the longest name of any player.
Down the third
the
base
tournament.
line, hesitated, thought he was going to go to second, went to first instead. Weissenberger with the longest name grounds out to end the top half of the third, but Marshfield now up 5-0.
We were talking earlier about going a little wacky up here, and that Weissenberger name, that's one of the things that happens. You look for stuff to keep you interested, keep you working, and that's what I came up with.
You didn't get sick of baseball. Instead, you went home and looked at the book some more.
Yeah, looked at the book some more.
Only been here 20 hours in the past 2 days.
I think one of the amazing things is, we spent all this time together, the people up here in the press box, and we're all happy with one another. We're all still talking to each other.
Six straight, the Pere batters have been retired. 4 of the 6 via strikeout, 2 of the 6 via ground out to the shortstop position as there's a first pitch fouled off. Ethan Hoops, who pitched just a few days ago.
Yeah, I was just looking at that. 5 2/3, gave up 5 hits, only 1 run, and it was unearned.
106. I think that's the biggest we've seen.
And the bummer about it all for Hoops anyway was Coolidge, who came in relief, got the win.
That was that 1-1 game when he came out, if I remember right.
It ended up a 2-1 game, so you're right.
Swing and a miss. Another goes down on strikes. And this will bring up Patrick Rotherham.
So if we throw out the leadoff hitter in the first inning, it's a perfect game.
Yeah. Doesn't work like that in the grand scheme of things. 5 strikeouts.
Technically, we can't do that.
Technically, we cannot. First pitch strike. I think that's been one of the big keys for Nick Urban. Not wasting a whole lot of time, not falling behind in counts.
We're in the first of 3 games today. Our next ball game is going to be Middleton and Eau Claire.
Losers of the first two go home, and there is a base hit out into left field. The 9-hitter, leave it up to him to get on base.
Shortstop number 11, Bryson Webb.
Marshfield, Pere, Middleton, Eau Claire all fighting for their lives. They don't want to end up like Fond du Lac and Genoa City. I know there were a lot of high hopes for De Pere in this tournament. They won the first game in a nail-biter, ended up blowing the second game yesterday. Led 3-0, gave up 5 runs, couldn't come back. Now they've given up 5 runs in 3 innings. Going to take a lot to get him back in it as his count goes 2-0.
Hey, Scott, coming into this, who would you have picked like 1 and 2 for? Okay. I was expecting more from De Pere.
Maybe here's the rally they need, as that's the second base hit for Bryson Webb.
Yeah, Webb 2 for 2 in the ball game.
Eau Claire and Manitowoc were the two selected, as we're going to have a mound visit. And he came into the inning with 40 pitches. They're going to talk things over, is struggling for the first time today. No one out yet in this inning. Or there's one out, I should say. Pardon me. You got the leadoff guy out. Forgot about hoops.
I went, I think I mentioned this, I might even showed this to you before, but in the Manitowoc roster, they got several players from the county.
Oh, yeah.
Bunch of 4 Keel guys.
I knew Travis Keelman was a Cole guy, but I didn't say it. Or Travis Coleman, I should say. But I didn't say it because one of the comments yelled at me about saying a Roncalli guy.
Oh.
Who I guess wasn't from Roncalli, even though he is.
What's his name?
Right there. You were just pointing at him.
Reese Stengel.
Yep.
Yeah, they got him as
Yep.
Roncalli. And Ryan Dwayne and Austin Hecker are the 2 kids from Manitowoc Lutheran.
I watched Reese Stengel in the basketball tournament, so I think I know what team he's on.
Hey, you're from that city.
Oh, yeah. A lot of good teams down there. You got Manitowoc Lincoln, Manitowoc Lutheran, Roncalli. Two Rivers, Valder's not far.
And I bet they homeschool there too. Count that as a school.
Sure. Can't not count it, I guess.
Hey, De Pere's got to take advantage. They're down. They got to get these runners home.
2-0 swinging from Austin Litz.
Rotherham on at first. On at second. Webb is on at first.
Next pitch. Got a good one to hit. And it's just going to be a little infielder. Unfortunate situation for Litz. Gonna have a little quick timeout to bring up Garrett Foth. Runners on first and second. Now 2 outs. And the crazy thing is, De Pere has 3 hits. 2 of those 3 came in this inning, and they've only given up 4 hits to Marshfield, who's up by 5.
Fourth in that Tuesday game had a couple of hits. He was 2 for 3. Was out in right field that game also.
We just had a balk again. I didn't see anything.
Yeah, I didn't see anything either. I was just thinking, boy, it'd really be nice if we could get the explanation from the umpire so we could tell our fans watching at home.
We'll mic them up next time. Give them a quick phone call during the inning to get an explanation. Text them. Email? No email. Strike. I could FaceTime
What a
'em.
walkie-talkie, would that work?
No, I think if I FaceTimed him and then I put my phone like right in front of this camera, right. Fouled that one off.
The
Got
other
way in
thing we
front.
could do is send the intern down and have him talk to him between innings.
No.
Jordan doesn't like that idea.
I'm busy. Put me to work right when I got here this morning.
Yeah, you're unpacking stuff for the Sheboygan A's, huh?
12 new bar stools. 2-2. Pere has a chance to score 2. I would cut it within 3. That would make it a heck of a lot easier as we move forward in this one. Hit this one up towards right. Is that going to stay in fair grounds? Obviously it's foul, but in play and able to make the catch. Out in right field as Brock Bennington puts an end to the Pere rally, and we'll head to the 4th inning as Pere can't strike. They still trail by 5. Marshfield's trivia coming up here.
This trivia is sponsored by Marshfield's Quality Meats. Marshfield's offers a premier meat counter with award-winning brats. They have fresh and smoked meats and much, much more. Give them a visit out there. It's quite a facility.
First
The
pitch
question
delaying in
for
there
this
a
ball game is American Legion State Tournament related. In what year did Wisconsin conduct their first American Legion State Tournament?
I can figure it out.
The inaugural season at the American Legion, they started the program at a meeting in 1925. The inaugural season was 1926. The question is, when did Wisconsin have their first state tournament?
Well, you're
Okay,
wrong.
20. Don't tell him if he's right or wrong. Scott has to make his guess. He might have wanted to go with Bill again. Jordan, how about did you see the answer,
Yeah.
Jordan? Okay, you're eliminated.
62.
Okay, 62 for Scott.
It's a bad guess. Full count pitch, fouled it off. Close.
We'll give the answer after this hitter. You can change your answer.
Where'd he get that one from?
right. Yeah, really.
Rung him up. Thought he was going to have a walk, was Bennett Lang. But he goes down looking, and that's the first strikeout of the day for Ethan Sousa.
In what year did Wisconsin conduct their first American Legion State Tournament? Bill's answer was 1926. Scott, 1962. The correct answer is 1928.
Good job, Bill.
Bill did not get to change his answer because Jordan was cheating.
There's no such thing. I was helping a friend.
There is no helping a friend during Marshfield's trivia.
It's not Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. You can't phone a friend.
No, can't phone a friend.
No lifelines, I guess. Now we know. Yeah, right. I didn't know it was so
Oh,
technical.
Bennington.
It gets hit off the shoulder. Brock Bennington goes to first. Hit by pitches have been a common theme this tournament, whether we like them or not.
Yesterday, Brock Bennington hit that long home run for Marshfield. Got one of the home runs in the tournament, but you got hit there.
5, I believe, in the tournament. It's like 4 or 5, somewhere around there.
Okay, that I didn't keep track of.
Let's do a little
The
looking.
most interesting one was that one right down the left field line.
So I got 2 home runs. They were in the same game. And then we've got runner going on a stolen base. Picked a real good pitch to go on.
Bennington scored back in the first inning after he led off the game with a double, and now he's on second base with only 1 out here in the 4th. You had 2 in 1 game? Yeah, we got it. 2 balls and 1 strike to the hitter. There's a drive out to center field. Hoops lines it up, makes the catch. Tagging and moving over to third base was Bennington. But there are 2 outs for Riley Bauman.
Center fielder number 25, Riley Bauman.
Bauman reached on an error and scored in the first, and he walked in the third and scored also. First pitch by Sousa comes in high.
What'd I miss?
Fly out to center, and the runner moving to third on the catch.
Alrighty.
Good stop by Newens. Keep that runner on at third. Pere already down 5-0. They don't want to get down anymore. These games are only 7 innings long, so you don't have a lot of time to come back.
2-0 pitch. Big swing and a miss there from Bauman. I believe my final tally was 4 home runs, by the way.
4 home runs so far in the tournament.
I'd have to cross-check. Marshfield with a chance to add 1 more.
You and Chris had one yesterday, right?
Yes.
Manitowoc kid hit 1 out.
There is also a Bryson Webb home run and a Dan Schmitz home run in that game. 2 of them.
Okay.
Swing and a miss makes the count full.
Sousa showing the good fastball there.
Bennington will stay put at third with the full count coming up. You gotta expect you're gonna get something good if you're Riley. See what comes his way. Wrong him up the second time this inning. Marshfield goes down looking. 2 strikeouts, his first 2 of the game for Sousa. Keeps it 5-0 as we head to the bottom half. Bottom half of the fourth inning, our Miesfeld's trivia inning. No more trivia in the bottom half, though. Just the one question in game number 1.
One question for this game and the next game. We'll have 2 for you in the Manitowoc-Sheboygan game.
Does anyone have any guesses on who won the first ever American Legion World Series back in 1926?
Do you have that?
I do.
You do? Holy cow.
Take a wild guess. Not from Wisconsin,
no,
I'll tell you that
say,
much.
Somewhere in South Dakota.
That one's going to drop for a base hit for Newens. Ohio? So we got a South Dakota, Ohio.
I hope you just have to pick a state, right? Not a
Yeah,
city?
yeah, no, I'm not going to make you guess the city. How about Yonkers, New York? They're the first ever winner.
All righty.
And then they didn't have a tournament in 1927. One of the only years they missed. They had them in 28, 29, 30. I mean, I could keep going. The only time they missed was in 27 and 2020 for COVID. 1927 and 2020.
Very interesting. COVID obviously makes a lot of sense.
Swing and a miss. Falls behind 0-2. Luke Brosig. Stevens Point once hosted the World Series. That was the only time Wisconsin ever got it. In 1987.
That's not that long ago.
No. It's been in
Interesting.
Shelby, North Carolina, though, since 2011 now. Yeah, it's a real nice place out there. There's a fly out to center.
Bauman racing over, making a nice catch.
Idaho Falls has won it the best 2 years. Idaho Falls Post 56 won it in 2021 and 2019. They're the first back-to-back winner since 2013 and 2014 when Brooklawn, New Jersey won it.
Isn't it Brookline where they have the golf tournament?
Could be.
Bill, you'd know. You're the golf coach. Former golf coach. Huh?
Brooklawn? That's what I thought, yeah. Because you guys were pronouncing it differently, and I was like, wait a minute. It's a 2-0 count to Lucas Bartlett.
So we went from Legion State tournaments and our location to a golf tournament.
Yes. Well, no, you could say it all goes back around to our Whistling Straits guy that came out to cut the lawn, see? Everything has a purpose up here in the press box.
Hey, they tried to do it upright, get somebody that knew how to cut grass, and you can see the pattern really clearly today. It looks very
yeah.
nice.
Gets better with age. Just missed. It'll make it 3-1. Not too happy there, not getting the strike call. 66, by the way, is Sousa's pitch count after a 20-pitch top half of the fourth.
Yeah, he got a lot of pitches that inning.
Did we just have another balk?
No, time was called.
Okay.
Otherwise, it would have been. You're right.
Swinging, just fouling it off to make the count full.
Bartlett was a ground out victim back in the second inning. He's hanging in there this at bat.
Urban got to be right around that 66 mark. Came into the inning with 58. This one up towards center field and should be rather routine as it is, and it'll hold Newens in check at first. This is a De Pere team that won it all in the tournament last year. They went to the Central Plains tourney from August 4th to 8th. They lost to Renner, South Dakota, but they then beat Aussie, Minnesota, Sioux Falls, South Dakota, and this one is going to go and drop out in left field. It'll advance the runner on first and second now.
Hey, did you mention at some point during the tournament that the winner obviously advances, but also the second place team also advances?
Yes. We'll pull up the exact. So we have the Wisconsin champ and the Wisconsin B. That is what advances to the Great Lakes Regional Tournament, and that is going to take place from August 3rd to the 7th. And we have a balk called. Oh my goodness. It's our second balk.
Huh.
Fans in front of us are happy. Anyways, what I was saying here, coming up in the Great Lakes, so Wisconsin gets 2 teams, Illinois also gets 2 teams, so they get their champ and their B team. Indiana, Michigan, and Ohio get one, and then Michigan will also get a second team. That'll be Midland since they're the host. So that's how that's going to work out, and it'll start at 9.
Where is the tournament held?
Midland, Michigan.
Okay, in Michigan.
Yes. It'll start on August 3rd. Wisconsin will be in the first 2 games. So not the champ, but the team who loses in the championship will play at 9:30. Bright and early. Glad we didn't have to be here that early. And then at 12:30 is when the Wisconsin champ will open their action. That's that same kind of double elimination format.
As we're doing here?
Oh, yeah. Midland, Michigan, they've won it in
Here, I
2017
don't know if you
and
understand this,
18.
Jordan, but explain the reason for the convoluted way that they do it.
The double elimination?
I mean, there's a
this
traditional
bracket?
double elimination,
Yeah.
but the way they do it here is a little differently.
I mean, the way they're trying to do it is so no team plays the same team twice. That's what they're going for, and that's why we won't know who's playing who until later today, because they don't want a rematch between teams like De Pere and Fond du Lac. I know Fond du Lac's out, but I'm just throwing them out
I
there.
understand.
Anything like that. So that's what they're going for.
Eventually, somebody's going to have to play the team they've played, but they want to push it out as far as they can. Okay.
And if they make it on Saturday, then good, they make it on Saturday, but we'll see. This one out into right field with 2 outs, 2 runners on. Misjudged it. Step up instead of going back. 2 runs are going to come in and score on the big-time double to make it 5-2.
Bennington saw it off the bat. You could just see him looking up there, but he never made a move. And then when he realized it was over his head, it was way too late.
Not the end of the world for Marshfield, but your 5-run lead is now only a 3-run lead. And if De Pere could add 1 more, that would certainly change things, as that was their 6th hit of the game.
Bottom part of the order for De Pere is getting it done. The 7-hitter has a hit and a run scored. The 8-hitter, Hoops, just got that 2 RBI double. And Rotherham had a single his first time up in the ball game.
Throw down to second, a risky one at that. I was more focused on Rotherham at the plate. He's stepping out towards the first baseline with his lead foot. Keep an eye on that, as he is ahead 2-0 in the count. See if he's trying to pull it back out there. Did it once again as a strike comes in. Pitch count going way up in this inning. Urban's done, for the most part, pretty well, as this one is going to go out of play. Should be a real good crowd for our 7 o'clock game. They're getting a little rowdy here as De Pere's coming back. Their first inning where they get runners across thanks to a 2 RBI double from Ethan Hoops. And De Pere will give a big ol' thank you letter to Brock Bennington and Wright. This one gets past.
Timler not able to corral that one.
Hoops
I'd give
gets
that
to
a wild
third.
pitch. It's in the dirt.
I agree. Rotherham looking for his second base hit. This one will score a run. Keith Bondi gives Rotherham time. Full count pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him to go down as he missed it. leaves Ethan Hoop stranded at third, but Pere is able to get on the board. It's a whole new ball game, 5-2 as we head to the fifth. Our game sponsored by Sheboygan Chevrolet Buick and GMC. Sheboygan Chevrolet has kept a firm commitment to their customers, and they offer a wide variety of vehicles and hope to make the car buying process as quick and hassle-free as possible. If you're in the market to purchase a new Chevrolet Buick, GMC Cadillac, or any type of used car, they'll provide assistance, and you can trust Sheboygan Chevrolet that they will get you in the car or truck you choose with professionalism and attention to your needs. 0-1. Urban evens it up. Count goes to 1-1. After we saw something new from Ethan Sousa, he struck some batters out in the fourth inning. Struck the leadoff guy out and the last guy.
Yeah, called strikes too.
Out towards center and curves right towards the center fielder, making the catch with ease is Hoops. Timler already with an RBI on the day. Only way he could get another is if he went long. Ben Deesh also due up. Deesh 0 for 2.
Ooh, that hit him.
Got a piece. Second hit batter of the game.
Left fielder number 11, Ben Deach.
Deach 0 for 2. Popped out to first base and grounded to third.
Few innings yet here as it's Pere able to come alive a little bit. They cut the gap to being within 3. There's a good first pitch strike. You guys ever been to Fenway? I have. It's a beautiful place.
Deach looking for his first hit in the tournament.
When I was there, it was not a good game, though. It was a big-time blowout.
I was thinking when there's not a game at Fenway and you walk down the street, you'd never even know there's a park there.
Mm-mm.
That's what I heard about it.
That's the theme nowadays, is these ballparks are just in the middle of the city and everything.
I think Bud Selig had the right idea, though, building a Miller Park out where County Stadium was, because you think of the revenue you pull in from all the parking through the course of the season.
That's the thing.
And then add it up over the years, it's quite a bit.
There's a hit and run. They throw to second, and they actually got him in time at second and at first. Cole Timler had a running start, but a double play will end it after a very quick top half of the fifth. 1, 2, 3 due up for De Pere. It's a good part of the lineup to expand on the 3-0 lead that they have, or pardon me, 5-2 lead, but it's a 3-run lead, I should say, either way, and it's Bryson Webb, who's 2 for 2. He's going to try and keep the party going.
All up to Urban.
Good first pitch. That was his 80th of the game. 73 is the number for Sousa, so he's at a real good pace to finish the game. I mean, we were talking about it. There's no point in pulling either pitcher now. You're in the 3 days rest category. Tournament's over in 2, so you got to ride him out. Hits this one. Got a good sound to it, but it's only going to drop in center, and that's going to drop for a base hit.
You know, the way it sounded off the bat, it should have been a double. Well,
Crazy how that
a bloop
works.
single. And Webb with his 3rd hit of the game.
That's why you put him at the leadoff spot. He has been producing, but it's Litz and Foth, I should say, combined 0 for 4. 2 strikeouts, 2 flyouts between them. This one out into left field, and that is going to drop as well. Getting into second base safely and rounding towards third is Webb, but he holds up. Back-to-back singles to start, and it looks like De Pere is finally getting around. Nick Urban gave up 3 base hits 1 inning ago. He gives up back-to-back singles, the 8th hit of the game for De Pere. Maybe a quick sign change early in the inning now that that runner's on second.
Foth, the number 3 hitter in the order.
Takes strike 1 on the outside corner. Oh and 1 as Urban deals and gives him a breaking pitch inside for strike 2. Foth disagrees, but he'll have to live with it. Big time pitch from Urban. Try and get that first out of the inning. Swing down the third baseline, goes foul. Triple play ball, that's what that was.
Weissenberger over at third. If he'd have been stationed a little closer to the line and the ball would have been fair, you're right, there would be a chance at a triple play.
I think you would have at least got 3 and 2, which are the lead runners. You'll gladly take that. Maybe they would have just gone 3 and 1. We'll never know. Count is 0-2 and left that one up. Taking an awful big lead at second base is Bryson
Timler
Webb.
was looking at that runner on second base. He decided not to throw, but he was looking at it.
If he would have thrown to second, we might have even seen him sprint down to third. In the dirt, good stop. 0-2 goes 2-2.
Still nobody out in the inning, too. Another great opportunity for De Pere.
We've seen 1 extra inning game that was between Marshfield and Genoa City, which went 9 innings. Got a hold of that one off the glove. It goes, going to wave him around, and the throw from third is held up. Another run comes in. Still no one out as it's 5-3.
Base hit.
Yeah. That was a rocket.
Weissenberger able to get his glove up and touch it, but got past him. So give him a base hit. That's 3 hits in a row. And Jordan mentioned just before they had 3 hits in the 4th inning, so that's 6 hits.
Let's at second, Foth at first for Newens, who singled and scored 1 inning ago. Got to watch out for the balk as well. Teasing bunt. And look at that once again. Huge lead at second base. Second baseman, or shortstop, I should say, for Marshfield, Bennett Lang, doing some directing, pointing towards Cale Weisenberger.
Newen singled and scored his last time up. He's the number 4 hitter.
This one down the third baseline. What was the message? 90 pitches? So that was the 91st. 91 as it stands. 14 left. this rate, doesn't seem like he'll make it through the inning. Still trying to find the first out.
Yes. Josh Metz is definitely concerned the way things are going.
Up 5-0, cruising. And strike call makes it 1-2. It's make or break time for Pere. If you're going to do your damage, do it while you can against Nick Urban, who won't be in the ball game for much longer. Pere looking for their 10th hit, which should be 7 in the last 2 innings. And that's a bouncing ball down the first base line. All they can get is 1. Runners go to second and third.
That was a very productive out for Newens, advancing his teammates up a base.
Third baseman number 9, Luke
Brosig now with 1 out.
When
Deep
you think
fly
about
ball.
Newens, on that very first pitch that he took, he was squared around, ready to bunt. The out that he produced, like I said, was
Same
productive.
thing.
Yeah, moved the runners up. Infield in, too.
This one out towards center. That's sac fly territory for sure as they get ready to send them. And the cutoff goes to short. Going to make it a 5-4 ball game.
Good piece of hitting by Brosick.
Not a bad idea to throw that one to the shortstop. Keeps Foth in place at second. And what we thought was going to be tough to get out of here in the inning for Nick Urban, he might get out without about 100 pitches. We'll see. Still got to get one more out.
Well, I think what he really wants to do is get out of the inning with his team still in the lead.
He wants the win. One out away. 5-4 game now. Pere scores 2 in the last inning, 2 here. Base hit could tie up this game. Could score the runner. Garrett Foth at second. We'll see. Swing and a miss. 0-2. Biggest AB of the game for Lucas, who comes in without a hit. The 0-2 pitch, just held up.
Timler with a good stop, keeping that runner at second base.
Swing and a miss. The breaking pitch is what got him. Swung over it, but Pere scores 2 more. It is 5-4 with 2 innings yet to play. Jersley going to get things going in the 6th inning. It's come down to the wire as Pere has crawled their way back into this game.
Jersley has an RBI single back in the first, and he reached in the third on an error on the shortstop.
Pitch count is a big differential. That's the 75th thrown from Sousa, and on the other side, Nick Urban with 98. So then you question, do you leave him in, try and get an out or two, or you pull him right away to make the hit parade stop? First strike of the AB. 7, 8, 9 due up for both sides actually this inning, which means we'll likely be seeing good parts of the order in the 7th and deciding inning. Two and two, just barely got a piece.
Urban, in his 5 innings of work for Marshfield, has allowed 9 hits, 4 runs. All of those are earned. He has struck out 5.
Time called. Play a little bit of mind games.
Make it 7. 7 strikeouts.
Hit this one out into right and poked it right into the glove for the first out of the inning.
4th on the catch.
Both with that big RBI hit, which started the De Pere rally. Now they're only behind 1. Marshfield looked hot. They scored 4 in the first, adding an insurance run in the 3rd, and that's what's keeping them afloat. First pitch misses out to Weisenberger, who is searching for his first base hit. Weisenberger and Lang a combined 0 for 4. Bouncing ball over to 3rd, way to field it, make the throw, and get the out. Another 5-3
nice
ground
play,
out.
huh?
He's a great third baseman. We've seen him make more good plays than bad, that's for sure. 3 straight times Weisenberger has grounded out over to Brosig.
Brosik in that Tuesday game was over at shortstop for her, so you got to figure he's a good fielder if he's playing short, and then they move him over to 3rd.
A discussion with Bennett Lang before he comes to the plate.
You know, he had a tough pickup. It was low. It didn't bounce up for him, but what he did before he threw it was get his body in position and made the accurate throw to first. Now, there's an advantage of doing a scoreboard and the field announcing. You can eat while you work.
You can eat while you work. We can't do that. Not enough time in between innings.
I'll tell you, if I couldn't drink my soda while we're working, I'd really
It'd be in a
tough
bad
shape.
spot. I had enough trouble eating popcorn while doing this yesterday. I wasn't even talking.
Is that why my microphone is so greasy?
You've had that one the whole time.
I think you guys switched, actually, when you and Chris did your
No,
game.
I kept Chris on 3, so he had the same one the whole
Okay.
time.
All right. Yeah, but I was using this one, so you'd
I
used
I
mine.
used it for a game. Okay.
Just kidding.
I had my popcorn at 11. My game was at 5.
Okay. The shininess is all on the shorts.
Yes. Ooh, strike called. Lang doesn't think so as the count goes full. Would be a big out to get for Sousa.
Yeah, he's still got pretty good pop on his fastball.
I'd guess he's around the 85 pitch mark if he can do it here, and he can't. Brings up the top of the order.
It'll be interesting to see how Coach Metz does this. He's got the 9-hitter on at first, his leadoff hitter up. But with good power, do you try to get that Lang kid over to second base with a stolen base or not?
He's taking he took a good lead and then he backed up. Stays put on the first pitch. What a great stop behind the plate.
The other thing, Bennington, we mentioned, had a home run earlier in the tournament. So you know he's got the kind of power that could score Lang from first base if he needed to.
His double to start the game was just a few feet shy. Hits that down the third base line. Goes 1-1 as the count. Homolka, who walked and scored back in the first inning, he could be up next. He's struggled, though. He's flown out back in the second and fourth. So this will be the 90th pitch. And here it comes. Setting up high was Newens behind the plate. Don't know if they were looking to pitch out. That was the third walk issued. It's always dangerous when you never catch the ball.
Put a tent on this circus.
You never know when they're running. Not in this spot I wouldn't be, but depends where it ends up. It's a 2-1 count. Brock Bennington at the plate. Once again setting up high and getting a rip on it for a base hit. Marshfield going to try and make it interesting here in the 6th.
Second baseman number 44, Logan Omolka.
That would be correct, yeah.
Newens comes out to talk to his pitcher. He may be changing the signs now because the runner on second base.
Base hit could score Lang, which would be huge. I wouldn't be too comfortable with a run-1 lead if I'm Marshfield. Pere scored 2 in the last 2. Takes pitch 1 down low.
And now we got Sousa struggling a little bit.
Is number 44 the highest number we've seen this tournament? That could be something to look into.
I believe it is.
Takes that pitch for a strike. That'll make it 1-1. Will Coons is 42 for Genoa City. That's close.
Yeah, I remember that 42. I was thinking of Jackie Robinson when I saw that.
Oh, yeah. And this one going to go in full ground and go out. Just out of reach. Fond du Lac also had a number 42.
Ethan Sousa in the game has walked 3, struck out 2. He's given up 5 runs, but only 2 of them are earned.
That'll look good in the score sheet. Would
Help
look
the
nice.
ERA.
Would look nice with a win next to it, too. Count goes to 2-2 after that one.
You think about it, we got a quick first 2 guys out, and he's got the 9 hitter up. What does he do? He walks him.
Walks the 9 batter.
Then you get a base hit, and all of a sudden, 15 pitches later.
He's probably at 95 right now. Full count. Runners will be on the move. This is big time. One of the biggest pitches for Sousa coming up right here. Both pitchers in 90s for their pitch count. 98 for Urban. We're not sure if he's coming out in the bottom half. The full count pitch from Sousa. Hit up, way up towards center field. Sky high ball, and the sun doesn't get in the way. The catch is made by Ethan Hoops to end things as Marshfield leaves 2 stranded to Pere. Going to look to score some more and get back in this one.
Nick Urban is out of the game for Marshfield. Logan Homolka, the second baseman, is going to move into the pitching. For Nick, he had Nick Urban went 5 innings, gave up 9 hits, 4 runs. All of those 4 were earned. He didn't walk anyone, and he had 7 strikeouts. So pretty good outing for him. He needs Homolka to shut down Pere.
Logan Homolka with a 2-inning save scenario here. He's got to get 6 outs. Keep the score intact. 7-8-9 part. This is DeSmit. Swing and a miss. Got that one in there as well to make it 0-2.
This is Homolka's first appearance in the state tournament as a pitcher.
He didn't appear in any of the other regional games to get into this section. Left that one way up. Wyatt DeSmit, Ethan Hoops, and Patrick Rotherham. I was going to suggest you change that because someone will complain it's distracting or something. 2-2. Fresh set of pitches now. If he can do it in under 30. If Homolka throws less than 30, he'll be able to play again tomorrow. If Marshfield makes it there, Pere with a drive into the gap. Caught with a little bit of a knee diving effort from Riley Bowman, who made up the effort to make the catch. Hoops with the big 2 RBI shot 2 innings ago. Hoops can do it all. He pitched a gem a few days ago.
I think that was Urban made that catch.
Yeah, there's some defensive changes.
Listening to Bill Urban, the pitcher, went from the mound to center field, and Bauman, the center fielder, moved over to right.
This one's going to go up. Who's going to get it? And that will be Bauman this time, making it out and right. Assumes his new position well to bring up Rotherham, who's 1 for 2.
First baseman number 8, Patrick Rotherham.
5-4 ball game. It's pretty exciting. We've seen some good baseball in this game.
Pere has fought their way back to be within 1. Swing and a miss. Keep an eye on Rotherham and his lead foot and how he swings, pushes his momentum. Strike 2 on the outside. Mocha has proven to be doing well here in the 6th inning. Hasn't taken him any time to get in the ball game. Through the heat and got him. 3 strikes in a 3 up, 3 down, bottom half of the 6th. To the 7th we go in a 1-run game. New pitcher Preston Tennyson going to be in the ball game after a 97 6-inning effort from Ethan Sousa. We'll get to his final line momentarily, but first, this game is sponsored by Sheboygan Chevrolet, and they've kept a firm commitment to their customers, and they offer a wide variety of vehicles. Hope to make the car buying process as quick and hassle-free as possible. If you are in the market to purchase a new Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Cadillac, or a used car, they will provide assistance, and you can trust Sheboygan Chevrolet that they'll get you in the car or truck you choose with professionalism and attention to your needs.
Sousa's final line, he went 6 innings, gave up only 5 hits, allowed 5 runs, but only 2 of those were earned. His defense really let him down early. He did walk 3 and had a couple of strikeouts. Right now, Sousa is in line to pick up the loss, but Jordan mentioned Preston Tennyson now in.
First pitch strike. This game also sponsored by Meyer Foods. From the biggest stadiums in the state to familiar fields down the street, Meyer's a proud sponsor of local sports teams across the Midwest. Whenever you shop Meyer, you help support your community, including local sports teams, museums, food pantries, and more. As there is a stop, able to get his hand on it, and the throw to first. Not in time. What a play, though, over at second base. Just missed the mark, but kept it in the infield.
Yeah, Litz made a great effort. Couldn't get the throw in time, but hey, can't fault the effort, that's for sure.
Not at all. He did all he could. 10 pitches, by the way, is the number for Homolka in his 6th inning. First pitch to Urban, and left it way in there. Throw down to first. Just able to get a piece on that and keep it in fair ground.
Right now it's a 5-4 ball game, and a run or 2 here by Marshfield would really put Pere in the doldrums. They got to hold him down, batting the bottom of the 7th with only a 1-run deficit.
Tennyson gets an outside strike. He pitched 14 pitches on the 22nd. So you can tell he's kind of in this late relieving role. Could be in the middle as well, but he has not pitched in 6 days.
We've only seen a few pitches by Preston, but he doesn't look to have the velocity that Sousa had.
An awkward release, too, so it might throw off some of the hitters. It was a designed pitch out, I'm pretty sure, and it didn't work. As behind the plate, Ethan Newens couldn't keep it in check.
Riley Bauman with a stolen base, easy one there. Urban having a nice date so far with a couple of hits, including a double and 2 RBIs.
Way up past the infield and into the grass it goes, and making the last second catch. All the way from shortstop, moving out to grab it.
Catcher number 30, Cole Timler.
Timler, who has yet to have a hit this game. He has an RBI, though. He's got Bauman over on second base. Would love to hit him around with 1 out in the inning.
Timler's been a rock behind the plate for Marshfield.
Down the line, going to hold up the runner at second. The throw to first, off a hop, and it's bad. Throw off a hop, unable to get it, and going into third base. Big unfortunate situation there.
Base hitter in there. Could give him a hit and an error.
Left fielder number 11, Ben Peach.
Timler gets a hit,
All right, we'll do that.
and Bauman moves over to third on the E6 on the throw across.
That works.
So Marshfield's still in business with runners on the corners, and
Bill's not happy.
Dan Luke's coming out.
The rule in Legion, if you have to come out for a second mound visit in 1 inning, then you have to pull the pitcher. So for right now, Tennyson is good to go. But there's one out, runners on the corners. That's a big-time get for Marshfield to have this situation and not be stuck with 2 outs and a runner on second.
Deitch is going to be up when action resumes.
Lengthy mound visit. This is a big situation for Marshfield to get those insurance runs we talked about earlier in the inning. Deitch with an unfortunate double play he grounded into 2 innings ago. Pere would love another double play, I should say. That'll end things in the top half. There goes the double play. Is stealing second on the first pitch is Timler.
He was going right away.
Oh, yeah.
And given the way the game has gone, I don't think they would have thrown down anyway.
Not at this stage.
Yeah, exactly. Not at this stage. Infield moves in for Pere.
That one missing low as well. Something a little off with the release point of Tennyson.
In the third inning, Marshfield had runners on second and third with nobody out, and they brought the infield in. They were able to get 2 outs without a run scoring, but then an error allowed the run in that inning to score. Otherwise, they'd have worked out of it.
Not
second
the end
and
of
third, nobody out.
Not the end of the world if you load the bases. Could work in your favor in the long run. The 3-0 pitch. 4-pitch walk to bring up Carson Jersley.
First baseman number 19, Karsten Jersley.
Couple of kids trotting behind the Pere dugout. Looks like they're going to do some throwing, loosening up. Tennyson may not be long for this game.
There's a strike. Big throw there from Preston. Bases loaded, 1 out. Now you can get the force at any bag. Jersley had an RBI what seemed like forever ago when Marshfield led 5-0. This down the third baseline, able to stop it, and the throw to first. Oh, it's way over the mark. 1 run comes in, but now going back to second, he went back and forth, back and forth. The score, though, is 6-4. What a sequence.
We get the force out at third. Timler is out. Jersley reaches on a fielder's choice. He'll get an RBI. And since there was no advance, like Bill was saying down at the other end, you can't give anyone an error.
Third baseman number 1, Dale Weissenberger.
So in the end, Deitch is on second and Jersley's on at first, and there are 2 outs, but a run has scored.
Yes, it's a 2-run lead now, which is huge. So tapping on third base and then making the throw over to first. It was a good idea to tap on third. You think he would have had a shot to throw home? Would have that been the easier choice?
I think once a commitment was made for the double play, step on third and throw to first, that was the correct decision. You just got to make a good throw.
There are 2 outs.
The ball took him right to the base. So
yeah, it did.
You
So
might
that
as well
was
step on the bag. You're
yeah,
right.
at least get that out at third, which he did. And then just didn't take the time to make the throw over to first. Breaking pitch. First time we've seen one like that from Tennyson. Had one to waste as it's 1-2 here to Weisenberger, looking to get out of his slump. Big pitch up through the infield it goes. Gonna wave him around the runner. The throw from center field. Cut off. And it's 7-4.
Good piece of hitting by Weisenberger. He's the winner of our long name contest.
Comes up to the 9-hitter who just walked an inning ago. 7-4 game.
Yeah,
This is a
three-run
real
lead
tough
now.
spot.
Boy, that really hurts to Pere.
Jersey on second, Weisenberger on first. Hit this one, and it's going to go up. And the shortstop once again comes all the way over to make the grab in third base territory for sure, but he gets it nonetheless. 7 runs, 7 innings. It's 7-4. Pere has one final chance, 3 more outs to get those 3 runs or more. $18 was the number of pitches for Tennyson in the top half. The big thing were those 2 runs given up. It's no longer a 1-run deficit for Pere. They're going to need 3 to tie, 4 to win, and they have the top of the order to do it, which is a heck of a start, but it's all about the results. First pitch strike at the 11th pitch thrown from number 44, Logan Homolka.
Pere did a great job. They got 2 runs in the 4th and 2 more in the 5th to get it to a 1-run disadvantage. It was 5-4 at that point, but pitching let them down in that 7th inning. Another 3 hits for Marshfield. They have 8 in the game.
0-2. Ooh, tough to lay off of. Somehow he did. Molka's got one beautiful fastball. Hit that one up. Contact as he golfed it in the air and making the catch in right field.
Bauman on the grab. He looked pretty smooth out there. Just
he
trot
did.
in one-handed. Boop, you're out.
Seems like he's a natural in any outfield spot. First out of the inning. Puts more pressure on Pere and Austin Litz, who singled and scored 2 innings ago.
That was the first time in the ball game Webb has failed to get a base hit.
And the time he needed it the most.
Yes, exactly.
That's how baseball works for you. 2-0 here, the opposite of the last at-bat.
Homolka trying to work a 2-inning save. Nick Urban in line to get the win. And we mentioned earlier, Ethan Sousa for Pere is in line to take a loss if everything stays the way it is.
It's not impossible for Pere to come back, but they're going to need to start now as the count is 3-1.
Was that Marshfield in their game yesterday? The big comeback, 10-9?
That was Middleton.
Middleton, okay.
All the N's, they go
The
together.
point is, you got to get all outs, all 21 outs before the game's over.
Litz looks at 2 strikes he doesn't like. Count is now 3-2. Going to have to swing the bat at one of these. Full count pitch from Homolka. Nicked it back, foul to stay alive. In and out of, it actually went in the tree. No, bounced out.
One of the
Yeah, it went
players
right
coming
to him.
into the park just picked it up by the gutter.
This one out towards right field as well. And going on foul ground and making the catch once again is Bauman.
I don't know if you could hear that, Jordan, but as that first baseman, Jersley was chasing out to make the catch, Bauman's yelling, I got it, I got it. And another easy catch for him.
It's a lot easier catch for him to make. He's got to run up and make the catch. And the first baseman, you're running back, your hat's flying off. Got to try and catch it over your shoulder. That was the Eau Claire coach, I believe, who was walking in who got that foul ball. Strike one on the outside to Foth.
Garrett Foth had an RBI single in the fifth. He's 1 for 3 in the ball game.
3 is the magic number of runs De Pere needs, and they are down to their final strike. Marshfield, in what I think many would consider this to be an upset if they move on. Beat De Pere, let's see. Homolka on the 0-2 deals. Left it way up there, smart to waste a pitch. Got to get it a little closer though if you want Foth to bite. Swing and a miss, and that'll do it. A motion on the side of Homolka as he goes 6 up, 6 down in his 2 innings of relief. 4 flyouts, 3 of them to right field, 2 strikeouts to his credit. It is a 7-4 Marshfield win. We can't exactly tell you who they will be playing, but they will be in game number 12 tomorrow as the winner of game 9 moves on to face one of the 4 remaining teams. We'll have to see who it'll be. We'll get it all figured out later on. But as of right now, it's a 7-4 win, and De Pere is eliminated.
Homolka picks up the save. He went 2 innings, no walks, no runs, no hits. Did strike out 2. So Urban gets credit for the win. Homolka the save, and picking up the loss. Pitching a nice ball game, but picking up the loss nonetheless with Ethan Sosa.
7-4 win, Marshfield over to Pere. We're going to stop the stream. We'll start it back up 10 or so minutes before our next game. Coming up at 4 o'clock, loser goes home, Middleton, Eau Claire. You're going to want to be here. For Mike Morton, I'm Jordan Lorenz saying, see you in the next game.